Alright guys, so I'm in the middle of painting just tons of these little grizzly pieces, arm pistons, all these things, and I've come up with a little jig to do the hand pistons, and this is for the standard ones with no mounts that are just going to be glued straight to the hands. And I did the ones with the mounts, I just put two little dots of glue on each side of the popsicle stick there, and pretty much golden as far as painting those, which is pretty good. Few more. I did the same thing. I'll put some pictures up later because I took photos of them, but they're all outside drying. I have decided that I'm going to go with mostly the kit parts as opposed to my brass parts, because in order to save painting these silver and then stripping them later when I make the suit gold, I'm just going to paint the all the kit pieces except for the ones that I've made my 3D printed parts. I'll use all of my own pieces for those. But for like the brass eyes, the the neck piston, what are these things are called? The little chest pistons. Those are all going to use the resin cast parts that came with the kit. Tons of stuff. I painted the resin cast head white. It's probably still tacky, so you can see this is the resin version, this is the fiberglass, and they look damn near identical from the outside. You can see the tabs are a little different on the edges, but aesthetically speaking, they look just about the same. This one's a tad bit wider. It's very hard to tell just at a glance, but if you put them up to each other, you can see at the base they're a little bit wider toward the bottom, which is, gives a better fit, which I am liking so far. So hopefully that will be silverized by tonight or tomorrow. I'm thinking probably tomorrow because I want to buff the paint, and that paint needs to really dry for a good 12 hours before I can use the polishing compound on it. I just realized my whole top of my head's getting cut off because I'm not low enough for the camera. What else? I think that's it for right now, but I'll be back in a little bit because there's just tons going on today. I've got tons of these little ear bolt things, neck bolts to paint. It's going to be fun. Alright, just put my first coat of silver on the rotocast head. You can see my fiberglass one on the back is still white. I think I'll use that for my chrome metal tutorial beginning of next month. But you can see it's nice and reflective. Looks pretty good. So this is obviously silver, no gold yet. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. And this is a pretty quick job as far as the time that I put into this. So if I wanted to, I could put a few days into prepping this helmet, and it would be even more like a mirror. Like, this is pretty good, but in the last video when I said it could be a mirror, I still believe that it could be mirror finish. This is, you can see pretty much the stuff in my room in reflection. You can see me in there. Hey guys. So pretty happy with that. And tonight I'll be doing some more of my parts. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I think I'm going to use the kit pieces for C6 because I don't feel like making these silver, all these brass parts, and then stripping all that paint as soon as I turn into 3PO. So anyway, so here we go. So this is a piece of polished aluminum next to my faux polished aluminum. Look, I think it's pretty good. So yep, it's just an update. Pretty cool. Any little flubs in this are like right here. There's one. I got a little paint drip, a couple little things that I didn't have time to fix that I will fix next week. But back, I didn't put quite as much time into this area. It's a little quicker than up here. Cool. Okay, I've been polishing this chest piece, getting ready for the chrome, and I kind of want to show the level of polish it needs to be for the metal to start looking reflective, which is kind of like that, where you can make out pretty clear reflections, and you you can see when I get over here, it gets less reflective. There's tiny little imperfections in the paint, and if you don't get rid of those, the chrome won't be as reflective as it will in areas like this. So I've been really working on this piece with the buffing compound, because I want the chest and the head to be, you know, as close to mirror as I can get. But you can see the difference between, like, down here, which hasn't really been worked, it's just the paint, and then up here where it's very polished, and you can see the reflections of the window are clear even in the white. So once it has the chrome, it'll make a difference. But if you look in the, you know, around the first ring, that's just the paint, and that's about, I can't point, I don't know, unfortunately I'm holding the camera, but that area right there, and it's that's about the quality of how the legs and the shins were when I painted them, and they came out still pretty reflective and they look good. But up here, that's going to be, you know, should be much more reflective. I'll find out in a little bit and post the video to go along with it soon.